What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mindfully Mad. I'm your host, Michelle, and this is a one-woman show. I've been working on this project for the past 7 months, and I'm finally ready and excited to share it with everyone. So in this episode, I'm just going to talk a little bit about, why a podcast, what Mindfully Mad means to me, and share a little bit about my journey. So, why the podcast? So actually, it's for my university. I'm an undergrad at Prescott College, and I'm obtaining my bachelor's in psychology and human development with a concentration in holistic health and wellness. And we are currently working on our senior project. And so for this project, I know I wanted to get myself out of my comfort zone. And I also know that I've been wanting to do a podcast for quite some time now. So I thought, why not combine it? Why not do a podcast as my senior project? And I really want to incorporate psychology. I want to talk about holistic mental health. And there's also going to be guided meditations. We're going to tap into several different things. And I'm really excited. I'm excited to share it with everyone. I am also very nervous. This has been mine for so long. And I've started to share it with a few people here and there. But now this is going to be open to the public, and it's terrifying. So please be nice. I worked on the podcast name for so long. And then I've also worked on the logo for so long. My brother could, if he was here, he'd literally just laugh and roll his eyes because I kept sending him so many versions of what I wanted the branding to be like, and he was just like, oh my god, we're still there? How have you not decided? I'm a Virgo rising. I'm quite the perfectionist. I need things to be precisely the way that I want it to be. But finally I came to the conclusion that Mindfully Mad just suits my needs the best. Now, what does it mean to me? Mindfully Mad it's going to mean something different to everyone. And I like that fact about it because to define is to limit. And I don't want this podcast to be limited. I want to be able to share guided meditations. I want to be able to have interviews. I want to be able to talk to people and just have one-on-one conversations about certain topics that I learned throughout my time at Prescott. And so I feel like Mindfully Mad is just vague enough to be able to tap into all these things, but it's also honed in enough where it's mindfully, it's going to be about mindfulness. Mad could literally be madness. It could be, you're mad at the world. You can be mindful, but you can also be mad. There's really no limit to it. So to me, it's fully exploring the mind. It's fully exploring the madness within us and around us and how to approach life mindfully and authentically. Authenticity is very important to me, which I think is also why it took me so long to do a podcast, because I don't want this to just be, yet another person doing a podcast. I want it to be true to me and authentic to me, which is also why I really want to incorporate and honor my my roots, my Armenian roots. I am indigenous to the Armenian highlands, which means I'm Western Armenian. So when I am doing guided meditations, when I am doing sound healing, because I do want to incorporate sound healing on here as well, I'm going to be honoring my indigenous roots. So yeah, that's a little bit, I guess, about why Mindfully Mad and why a podcast. I Some of the topics we're going to discuss, like I said, it'll be guided meditations. Hopefully I'll be able to incorporate sound healing once I get the technical stuff down, because all of this is very new to me, like video editing, audio editing, podcasting, all of the above. There's so much to know, there's so much to learn, and God help it, I will learn. We're also going to talk about women's mental health, capitalization of human suffering. Some of the courses that I took were critical psychology, and that course truly just took me by surprise. We criticized the way we currently view psychology and how we currently view the mental health disorders. So one of the future episodes actually will be about rethinking labels. And when I mean labels, I mean the labels we put on people in terms of mental health disorders. Like, you got depression, you have anxiety, you have this disorder, you have that disorder. And so that's going to be a future episode that I'm really excited to share. And yeah, I maybe a little bit about myself. Okay, like I said, I'm a Virgo rising, perfectionist through and through, but we do have the Cancer sun to kind of mellow us out, and then I'm also an Aquarius moon, so sometimes it might get a little weird here. I'll crack really not that funny jokes, but you're gonna laugh anyways because I'm so likable. Sorry, I told you, it will get weird. You're gonna start seeing my true self, because literally I'm talking to myself, and God help it, sometimes I can be so uncensored. Okay, and then what else do I want to share about myself? I am born and raised in Stockholm, Sweden. I know I don't look Swedish. I've heard it so many times before, but that's where my parents, or where my mom immigrated to, and that's where my mother and my father conceived me. So we're stuck with it. But I do have a dual citizenship. My dad's actually American. He's from New Jersey, so I did live there for a couple of years when I was younger. But yeah, I've lived in Sweden for most of my life. Moved to Santa Barbara to go to Santa Barbara City College. Decided to stay here because I have an amazing community, and decided to just do my undergrad online. Yeah, what else can we share in this quick little fun episode? I got my first tarot deck when I think it was like 2015, somewhere between 2015 and 2017. I got my first tarot deck. Guys, I was terrified. Keep in mind, I grew up Christian. I had like a couple of dreams about the devil, and I thought I was going to hell. And so got the first tarot deck, terrified. A couple of months later, got myself an oracle deck, and it was like, it's like I saw the world in this like new light in a way that I had never seen before. But I've always kind of been interested in like paganism, esoteric stuff, the occult. There was a time during the pandemic, I think this was like right before the pandemic, I would meditate every day for almost a year. Note to self to actually start doing that again, because I think my mental health was at its best during that time. I was like really invested in my spiritual faith. Now I feel like trying to get it back. I think there just comes a point in your life where it's like you dive so deep into self-help and, self-healing that you almost lose yourself. I don't know if anybody else can relate, but so I'm just trying to find my way back to my spiritual belief. Yeah, what else can we share with the people? like I said, I really want to incorporate guided meditations and sound healing and really honor my roots. And funny enough, so my logo, the pop of red that you see, is actually a tribute to the red in the Armenian flag. I just thought that was a cool little fact that I added there last minute. And yeah, I thought that was a fun little add-on to just really hone in on like honoring the roots of where I'm from. I'm trying to be a better Armenian. I used to be able to like read and write in Armenian. No longer can do that. I blame the Armenian school that I went to when I lived in Jersey, but we're not going to get into that. Not in this episode, at least. Okay. Enough rambling, guys. I wanted to keep this short and sweet. I wanted to just share a little bit about myself. Ooh. I wanted to share about the podcast or this project. But yeah, I'm so excited to finally share it with everyone. Now, episodes will drop every Thursday by 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make sure to subscribe to this podcast. It will be available on Spotify, and I'm hoping to eventually get it on YouTube as well, in case some people don't have Spotify. And I also created an Instagram for it, so you can go ahead and follow me on there now. It's just Mindfully Mad Pod. Okay, that's it from me, y'all. Thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.